Welcome back, beloved. Master Libra 33 here. And on today, we just want to tap into the general energy. I have had a whirl of a twirl trying to upload. I've had videos, I've had issues here, but that's okay. One monkey ain't stopped Nam show. And what did I tell you guys before? We never despise small beginnings. I did not forget about the assignment, and we're going to continue to push through, okay? Because guess what? Got God on my side, okay? And so do you. If you're watching this, I believe the tribe, we all will migrate to the vicinity of where like energy is. So if you're finding this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so here what I do is a little mix of trending news, entertainment, celebrity, alleged gossip, I guess. And then we like to consult with the cards to see what Spirit has to say. So in this particular reading, what I'm going to be doing is just going to be something generic. A lot of us are going back to the office this week, or as a first full week. I've been working nonstop, literally, but this is my first full week at the top of the new year. And so I just want to be able to tap into some energy and see what we can look forward to, okay? I've already prayed in. I've prayed for myself. I've prayed for you, more importantly. And we're going to see what Spirit has to say. I'm going to do 1, 2, forget it. 3 more shuffles on camera for you. And then we're going to get into this. And see what the energy is for the week to come. Okay? Guys, ready? Wonderful. Thank you, Spirit, Angels, Ancestors, for the divine reading, for allowing me the gift of prophecy to tap in and hear what you have to say through the reading of these cards. Let's get into it. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. This is what I'm picking up. I'm getting new year, new me type of vibes. Okay. And I think it's just right on time with the season as well. I mean, we did have some major planetary transition. Pluto into Aquarius, here to stay for a little while, actually a long while. We have Libra here. We have the moon here. Yeah, we have Virgo here. We have Virgo. Got Capricorn here. Okay. A lot of earth element here. So again, it just gives me the vibe that that this is happening in your world. There's change happening in your world. Maybe some things that were hidden that are coming out into the forefront. Maybe some things that you've had to clear some boundaries, clear your mind, and be direct. A lot of us are actually just literally flowing in this energy. I'm going to just pull this up right now, which is the King of Swords, baby. That means, listen, cut the shit. Literally. Standing on business. Okay, that's straight, direct, to the point. I said what I said and I meant it. My decision, my mind is made up. And I feel like with a lot of the world energy here, I feel like this really resonates. Perhaps it's been something that you've been mulling over, going back and forth in your mind. What's right? What's wrong? What's the perception of it? What's the right way to think about it? And I feel like finally, as we've crossed over into this new season, your mind has been made up and you're ready to execute that thing. It don't matter who like it, who don't like it. Your mind is made up and you're ready to move forward. And if that means severing ties, if that means moving forward, cutting something, someone off, quitting something, change. You're making very clear-cut, precise requests, demands, whatever the case may be. This is what you will tolerate. This is what you won't tolerate. Like you have come to terms with what is deal breakers moving forward in this 2025 season. And that's a great thing. That's a great way to bring in the new year, period. Like, you know what you want. You know who you are. You know what you're not. You know what you will accept. You know what's not acceptable. And I feel like a lot of where this has come from, and maybe what made it so hard to come to terms with this decision, was that it was like stealth energy, like really kind of manipulative, underlining energy that you could not necessarily see. It wasn't obvious. It wasn't just like out in plain sight. It was something that was hidden. It was secrets. It was a hidden, hidden agendas. People that were shallow and selfish and definitely misunderstanding you. Definitely didn't feel like you was going to pull that blade out and just be like, yeah, this is over. Yeah, we're not doing this anymore. And again, it wasn't obvious. When I see the High Priestess in the reverse, and she gives off very intuitive vibes, and in this instance, it wasn't as obvious as it may have been. Like, the writing wasn't that obvious on the wall. Hence, maybe why it took so time for you to pull that sword. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And followed by the Hermit card in the upright, you know. Earth Virgo energy here. You know, and again, this is why I say this is something that you've been dealing with for quite some time, but perhaps didn't really know how to move forward because it was so stealth, it was so indirect, but it was something definitely you felt underneath the surface. And it took some time for the light to be shed on exactly what it was that you were going through. It wasn't very obvious, whatever it was. And that's why it gives straight manipulative energy. Definitely. Definitely manipulative energy. But I feel good about this Hermit card, which means that perhaps you were a bit recluse. Perhaps you even took a sabbatical to take a step back so you could really assess what the hell is going on here. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. And then with the Page of Cups in reverse, I feel like you found a way to handle this. A new idea was birthed from your sabbatical, from your time off, from you having to maybe look at things from a different lens. I think it was absolutely very scary for you. I feel like it was absolutely disappointing to have to believe the truth of what you found out. Like, damn, it'd be the ones that you think won't do you like that that'll do you straight like that. And when you find out where the source of the energy is coming from, it is extremely hurtful. But better you know, better the light was shed on the situation. No matter how you had to find out, the good news is that it's a new dawn, it's a new day. And you could call a spade, period. Now you know how to deal with this energy. Now you know how to deal with this energy. It's you're not going to sugarcoat it anymore. You know what it is. You know it's not healthy. You know it's toxic. Like, the jig is up. I know it's not something that you wanted to hear, but you're moving forward, releasing yourself from any type of attachment, any type of codependency, any type of addiction. What is this? This is giving, like, from a business perspective, this is giving like relationship situations. Some of you guys could be dealing with a situation where you've been very hesitant on moving forward about a relationship, and you've hung in there knowing some things did not settle well on the inside of your intuition, and you have buried it. You buried it because you didn't even want to believe it was the truth or a possibility. Because how hurtful it was. Because you really, I think, whatever this is a business opportunity or a relationship opportunity. Whatever it is, you really wanted it to be well. You really wanted it to work. But I think at the beginning, middle, and end, you kind of had some inclinations that there was something amiss. The good news is that you have stepped up in your boldness to separate yourself from whatever this energy is, whomever this is, rather if it's work. I want to find out. I want to find out because it's seemingly so general. But you're being direct in this situation now. Whereas before, maybe you were, very aloof, very timid to approach it, very, it's given like you kind of turned your head about it. You ignored it, but you knew it was there. And good for you. Good for you for bringing this to the light. In the hermit mode, that you took a step back and just was real with yourself and shed some light, honest perception, honest with yourself about the situation, and really looked at it in the privacy of your own space, in the privacy of your own soul, where you could be real with yourself, where you didn't need anybody else's opinion or anything like that. You really looked at this hidden agenda, this selfish person, this selfish, I don't know what this is, if it's business, if it's a relationship, if whatever it is. But it was super, super stealth, like, Like, the situation was going to try to keep you bound for as long as possible, but not make it obvious that the intent was not well. Um, wow. It's a hidden agenda. Whatever this is, the agenda, it was a hidden agenda from the jump. That's crazy. Out the gate. Out the gate, whatever it is, whoever it is, wherever it was coming from, these people, this person, they had this agenda and this plan from the gate. They never meant for, number one, for you to find out. And unfortunately, they never were going to do right by you. It was just never, it was never in the cards. And you had to go deep to really, I mean, this is crazy, because you really had to do some soul searching to say, let me be honest with myself. And let me just call a spade a spade. Let me call a thing a thing. And good for you. Good for you. That you would exercise your emotional maturity. You exercise your emotional maturity, even though it was disappointing. Even though it created blocks, even though it slowed you down, even though it may have even dampened your creativity, you could feel the energy being siphoned from you because of the circumstance and situation. And that's the reason why you needed to go deep within and be honest with yourself. And good for you. Good for you. This is what I would call doing the shadow work. You had to do the shadow work so you could see that what this is doing to you, how this is creating blocks of, your creativity, how it's disappointing you. Emotional maturity, when you go and you do your own shadow work. You got to shadow box that thing by yourself, honey. And when you do, then you can actually get set free. And you don't have to have this kind of energy associated and attached to you when you're willing to do the work. Welcome to 2025, baby. Yeah. Yeah, this energy was definitely causing you stress at the bottom of the deck. What you don't see is the more Libra. This is, and there's a lot of Libra energy out here too. A lot of earth energy. More Libra than anything, but I'm proud to say that it's more Libra than anything, and that's what gives me, again, the feeling that you're getting the justice here because of the decisions, because of the shadow work that you decided to do, no matter how much it may have hurt you. Because this is showing me that it definitely was exhausting. And you had to do some very deep, deep soul searching. This was not an easy decision to make. My God, drop it in the comments. Let me know, what you're going through. Let me know if this resonates. But kudos to you for doing the work so you can get set free. I know, beloved, I know it was stressful, burnt you out, you was exhausted. But look, this is what's going to happen. If you just go through, the only way out is in. And this is telling me, you survived, we all survived a hell of a 2024, right? And we had to go through that. A lot of us had to do a lot of deep soul searching just so we can get to this. But this is your reward for everything that you've gone through. And being that it's the first week of the month, this is what it's showing me. This is what you can expect. If this hasn't happened over the course of, let me see, where are we at? 2:15, 7, 8. Yeah, this this is kind of showing me what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming. And I feel like, again, more Libra energy with this Four of Swords. And if you're going through that this week, if this is what you're going through this week, I think the most important thing that you should know is that if you feel this vibration and it feels like it's not right, and you are inclined to turn your head and go along with it, I would strongly suggest that you take a second guess, that you take a second look, and that you trust your intuition. Okay? Because it could be a situation where you're going to have to set some clear boundaries, because somebody's going to try to come through and overstep their boundaries. And I think upon the first contact, I think that you'll be inclined to go along with it. Even though it's going to be something on the inside of you that's going to tell you that this ain't right. And you have to listen to that, because that energy, that person that may be coming your way, if they're not already here, they have some hidden agendas. And they're banking on you being weak so they can take advantage of you. The attack in this instance is going to help you to grow, because you need to separate yourself from this type of energy. A lesson unlearned is a lesson repeated. Okay? This isn't a bad thing. It's happening for a reason. It's happening so that way you can heal, so that way you can grow, and so that way you can get to this. This is your happily ever after, and God wants you to have it. Spirit wants you to have it. The universe wants you to have it. But if you get caught up with people who don't mean you any harm, and you can't discern the difference, and you're willing to accept that energy, then they're going to take that energy from you. So make sure that you guys are awake this week. Watch out for people who are trying to use you, and they have their own agenda, banking on you being naive, banking on you being easy to take advantage of. Watch out. Trust your instinct, because they mean you no good from the jump. And yeah, it may burn, it may hurt, but as soon as you set the example to the universe, then the sooner that you don't have to deal with those type of attacks. You become immune. And it doesn't hurt as bad when you got to swift with that sword. When you got to cut it off, cut the head off. In this instance, this energy could have been around for a while. But I don't think that the universe, your spirit guides, your ancestors, I don't think God wants you to continue with this, because it's extremely toxic. And the only way that you're going to let loose, the only way that you're going to get out of this, to get to this, is you have to be honest with yourself, take a very good look deep at self. You know, when this comes out like this together, usually when it comes out in the reverse, and this did come out in the reverse, it's just my cards. Okay. I would like to think that this has to do with introspection, like an inner dealing. Like this is you taking a strong look on the inside of you. And this is what's required in order for you to pass this particular test. So just be mindful, beloved, this week. I mean, it's not November, but you got to say no. Sometimes you got to tell him no. Whatever it is. I would just say make sure you are strong in your boundaries on this week. And if that means telling people no, tell them no. Don't even second guess it. If that's what your intuition and what you feel in your heart and your soul, you know, it's okay. Yeah, I know you want to be nice. You probably want to even be liked. You want to be loved. You want to be accepted. But don't worry, Spirit is going to make sure that you are loved, liked, and accepted, blessed, healthy, and wealthy. And it's always better when Spirit give it to you. Because when Spirit give it to you, can't nobody take it from you. But if you're banking on being liked, loved, accepted by the human species, this is kind of the energy that we could eventually end up in. And it's extremely toxic. It's a toxic energy. So set your boundaries strong. Set your boundaries strong. Do your shadow work. Go deep. Go deep.